up there, my brother-in-law, my stepdaughter down here, because this great big side of the mountain is my wife's family's land. It's been in their family tribe for generations. Yep. Second World War, Germany was the first ones to survey it, to survey Nauru. Prior to that, it was this tribe were over here and that tribe were over there, and they kind of knew where the tribal borderlines were. And that was about land survey pre the Germans. The Germans surveyed Nauru and broke it up into individual lots. Well, not individual lots, but family lots. So this whole side of the mountain is my wife's family's land. Yeah? That entitles her to live here. Yeah? If she knows it's her family land, if she wants to live here, she goes down to the Lands Council and gets the list of the landowners. That might be 10 people, it might be 200 people. The landowner, you get a piece of paper, or you might get 3 pieces of paper. Uncle Joe owns 1/79th share, Cousin Harry 1/45th share, and I'm not without a word of a lie, it goes down to the second cousin twice removed who owns 1/250,000 share. Yeah? And that's without a word of a lie, which is probably a bucket of dirt. I don't know.
Not even 5 feet.
There's the list. That's who the owners are of this land. Yep. You've got to get 75% sign off.
Can I? Thank you.
God, this is going around well.
Thank you.
I never know. 75% sign off. That entitles you, as part of the family, to build your house on the family land. Not build a block of flats or 3 houses. You're allowed to live your life on the land. Yep. So you go to the top uncles and cousins and nephews. Have a seat. You'll find that the top uncle, he'll sign off for Mr. 250,000. Yep. Because he's head of that household. So you go to the top 3 or 4 who tend to tell the others what to do or sign off on their behalf. Okay, back down to the Lands Council with the signatures, 75% sign off. You don't get the land, you don't own the land. You've been given permission by the family to build your house on the land. You can't sell that land, it's not surveyed. Yeah, as your plot, it's just part of the greater family plot. What tends to happen, when we first came here, this was dense jungle. Where you drove in at my driveway, we had to machete our way in to get here. It was unknown. Yep. As soon as we came in and started clearing, all the other relatives, oh, this is a nice bit of family land you got here. Yep. And this happens with Nauruans all the time. So quickly, brother-in-law, come and grab that spot. Stepdaughter, come and grab that spot. You want to get the family you want around you, the family you don't want. Yeah? Because there's nothing to stop anyone in that list walking up here and going, I think I'll build my house here. And if he can get it signed off, there's nothing you can do. Yeah? Even my workshops, my sheds, everything, they can knock that down if they want to build a house there. They can't touch my house, but my sheds and my garden, even now, if a relative wants to come and build a house in the middle of my garden, there's nothing I can do. Yeah. The only saving grace is I've got a high tension power line over the top of the garden, so no one can build there. So that's really what keeps that a bit of a belt. If my wife passes away before me, let me go backtrack a bit. I'm the elder. I get to puff my chest up and tell kids what to do, and they have to say, yes, John, yes, John. Yeah. But my wife's the landowner. She can go, yeah, John, shut up now. Yeah. So I have all the responsibility. And it works in reverse. One of the kids might, John, I need food, or I need $20. Yeah, I've got a, and I treat that with great respect, that position, you know. God, I'm some guy from somewhere else, but I'm the elder of this tribe. My brother's family, my stepdaughter's family, my family, I'm the go-to guy, yeah, because I'm the oldest and I'm the first one here. I'm the elder, yeah. But that's providing the landowner, Jane, says that's all okay. I can be as tough as I like as long as she lets me, yeah. And that's kind of the structure. I can, if my wife passes away before me, I'm the elder and I can live here my whole life. But I cannot pass my house or my land on. That ends at me. I'm called an LTO, lifetime only. Yep. I'm here for my life and I don't get to pass anything on. If when me and my wife pass away, it goes back to my wife's daughter, my wife's sister. It's matriarchal. The women retain the land. You'll find in Nauru when couples get married, they go and live at the wife's place. Yeah, just like me. They can build a house, do whatever they like, but it keeps the land within the tribe, is what it's all about. That's why it goes back to the women. Yeah, and it's a big issue. You'll get any major decision. That's a good example. The airstrip, yeah, where you fly in. There's probably about 20 families own that piece of land, yep, and they get paid rent for that piece of land. Government house is the same. The government hardly own any land at all. It's all private land being leased. So it's a bit of a nightmare, but it's income for a lot of people. Yep. So the airstrip, 10 families, might be more. They get a rent from the government or the civil aviation via the government every month for their portion of the airstrip. Yep. The government or the airline or civil aviation might decide they've got to put a pipe through, or they want to fence the land, you know, just part of business. And everyone goes, yep, no worries, I think I'll need some more rent money for that because the land's a bit more improved now. So there's all that negotiations goes on. And there'll be one, generally speaking, one landowner group, no, you're not fencing on my land. They don't mind the fence, they're hanging out, yeah? Till the last minute, please, we need to put the fence up. Well, you need to pay me a little bit more now. Then it starts again. Hang on, you paid him more, what about us? So the use of land is just a constant struggle, negotiation, battle that's part of life here for every piece of government infrastructure, including Parliament House. So every time it gets improved, the landowner wants more rent. Yep. So yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare and fairly stifling. It makes it very hard to have a business sector or a commercial area where you can build little factoriettes, or so that really holds back private enterprise in a big way. You've either got to do it in-house on your own land and have it all approved by your people, or not at all. Yeah. So land ownership, that's basically how land works. So you can see from there it just compounds and just makes everything difficult to do. So we're getting reticulated water. There's a project, reticulated water, because we're all on tanks. But the negotiations and the battle to get a pipe for the greater good of everyone around the island is just a nightmare. You've got to deal with thousands of landowners who may or may not want it there. And I'm not saying Nauru will do it, but it happened in another Pacific island. They put the pipe in and the landowner just cut it off. but left his tap connected. So yeah, there's all that land ownership in the Pacific's a bit of a nightmare. Yeah. So what else can I tell you? Any questions? Anyone want to know anything off me?
You're the longest living foreigner here?
Sorry?
Longest living foreigner in Nauru?
Nah, there's a few others.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Other Aussies or just a mix?
There's a few Kiwis, Aussies. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's
You've been here
about it.
17 years, you said.
Sorry?
17 years you've been here.
Yeah.
John, do you have the citizenship?
Yep.
You do.
Yeah.
What did you have to do to get citizenship?
Fill out a piece of paper.
But you were married.
Yeah, you got to be married. Yeah, and 10 years. You got to be here 10 years,
Okay.
theoretically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
and
surf
married.
it? Do you
Yeah.
surf here?
Sorry?
Do you surf here?
I'm the founder of the Nauru Surf Club. I take the kids out. I started it 12 years ago
Yeah.
because I kept looking around the island and I thought, oh, I reckon I could surf that and I reckon I could surf that. So I went back to Australia and bought a surfboard and I paddled out in this break, and when I paddled in there was like 300 kids. Hey, me try. And I was all right. 10 minutes for you and then him and then him and then, and like every time I went surfing after that it was just this mob. So I'd bring in more boards and I got a lot of private donations and the airlines kept flying them in free of charge, which is a great thing. Yeah, and I built it up to, we've got probably 30 or 40 club boards now, and I religiously every Sunday take the kids surfing after lunch. Yeah. Why it's after lunch? Because we used to go in the morning and same mob of kids turn up, but they were skipping church, and their parents were, John, what are you doing? They're skipping church to go surfing with you. I said, all right. So yeah, Sunday afternoons, high tide, and mob of kids. Yeah. Never have enough boards. Yeah. And my little trucks pile with boards and kids on top, laughing, and they have the best time. Yeah.
That's nice. What's the best thing about living there then?
Best thing, just the lack of restriction. You know, these clothes I wear these till they're dirty, and then I get another orange shirt and another pair of pants and wear them, and then go back to the clothesline next week and get these on. So that's kind of the clothing, as opposed to Melbourne. You got to bathers, gumboots, a sou'wester, 14 jumpers and a t-shirt just to walk to the letterbox and back. You know, yeah. Here it's that, and just, you know, if you can get something done and do it, you support it and everyone backs you. You don't need to fill out 57 permits before it. Yeah, it's
That's simple.
yep, simple. Like the cantilevers, that was the first eye opener. The cantilevers in Australia, they just had red tape around them and no one would be able to go near them. They're just condemned. Yeah, they're beyond. They're 80-year-old pieces of infrastructure and they're really rickety. Yeah, they should. In Australia, they'd be just demolished.
Yeah.
But here, you know, we just tack them up and patch them up and fix them up and keep them going. And we were walking around, you know, on girders 50, 60 foot above the ocean. And for the first 6 months, no one wore shoes. Yeah. I said, guys, you got to start wearing shoes. So we supplied them with all shoes. Smart. John, we need socks to go with these shoes. All right, here's socks. Funny story. A few weeks later, we're back to thongs again. No shoes. Where's your shoes? Oh, my brother took them. Or the auntie's got them or whatever. Boys, you got to have shoes. Where's your socks? Oh, I wore them and took them off, and I don't know where I took them. So the next day, after getting up these two boys for where's your socks, they come in plastic shopping bags for socks, yeah, and One guy had the right boot on, and his mate had the left boot on. Got the one pair, it was just, oh God, too hard. Yeah, the plastic socks got me, it's like making porridge, you know, in this heat. Yeah. So yeah, you try and upgrade things a bit, but yeah, it's the freedom of, you know, Australia's just too regulated and too stifling. I can last in Australia 2 weeks and I gotta come home. Choking. Yeah. So it's that, I think, for me. Yeah.
Were you the first to import Nauru's first Harley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought 7.
Nice.
Yeah. When I was in Australia, I used to import a few from America.
Yeah.
And fix them up and sell them, back in my earlier days. And when the American economy went down and everyone was living in the Walmart car park, an Australian dollar and American dollar was the same. God, what was that, 10 years ago, maybe? Yeah. I got onto this guy, I don't know how, and he was from the Bank of America. Yeah? And he was repossessing all the toys. You know, first thing he goes to speedboats and the Harleys. And he's telling me, John, we don't even want it, but with people are forfeiting on their loans, we got to repossess their stuff. So this Bank of America had sort of warehouses full of Harley Davidsons and speedboats and weren't really worth anything to them anyway, but yeah, so I got onto him and we're getting them really cheap, and I bought 7 and brought them here, and the ministers latched onto me straight away, and they bought 7 and I kept one. Yeah.
Are they still going around? You still see it?
No, because there's this thing called parva. Has anyone ever heard of parva? Parva's the weirdest thing. If you're a minister,
Yeah.
or it's your birthday, or you graduate, or it's your son or daughter's 2nd birthday, or it's an election and you're running and you get voted in. Yep. Yep.
Right guys, lunch.
Oh, sorry.
So any, water? So I'll just finish this story. So when it's a big celebration, you're a member and you've been voted in, it's your son's 2nd birthday, it's your 50th birthday, or any other birthday for that matter. Any celebration, it's my birthday today. Yep, I invite you all to my birthday. I'm killing the 2 pigs. Yeah, I'm supplying the 47 cases of beer and the 200 trays of food. Yeah, because if you come to my party and there's not enough to eat or drink, I'm embarrassed. Yeah, and by eat or drink, you fill your bellies and then you make up the takeaway plates. Yeah, to take home to your family, and they're stacked this high. Yeah? And if I run out of food, I'm embarrassed. Yeah, so that's my birthday. Plus, there you go, mate. Plus you can parva me, yeah? Which means it's my birthday. You don't bring a present. Happy birthday, John. I parva your TV. Yeah? I can't say no. You can take the TV. Yeah? You can go in my house and take anything you want. Yeah? And that's kind of stemmed from, originally when it was my birthday, he took away my old TV and left me a nice new one. We've just sort of dropped that bit off. Yeah? Now you just take my TV. We've not long recently had an election, and this is 100% true. They'll be listening to the radio, you know, MP Gadaboo's got 27 votes, Minister blah blah, 47 votes. Crowds will start to gather outside the potential winning candidate's house. As soon as on the radio, yep, he's won, In they go. Yep. Usually straight to the cordless drill to unscrew the door. Yep. Strip the house bare. The glass comes out, the lino gets rolled up, the doors come off, it's just a shell. Yep. And the minister's happy for that. Take whatever you want. Go for your life. Because I've just won the lotto.
So they took your hollies?
Sorry?
They took your hollies?
No. I get away with it. The Buddha's don't cover. And that,
I
like
heard someone had a Lamborghini on this island and then it ended up...
yeah. That was in the phosphate days, the golden days. They bought a Lamborghini. I won't mention who. Big. I know you're going to find this surprising, but a big fat Nauru. Yeah. At the port, it's got the gull wing doors, and he tried to get in. Couldn't get in. Close the door. Back on the ship it went. Yeah.
I thought it ended up somewhere in the trees.
No, Lamborghini went back. But hey, there was lots of other Porsches and like, Nauruans love toys.
So what's it called?
Harbour. P-A-R-B-W-A. Harbour. Yeah.
No one's taken your Harley yet, though, have they?
No. Yeah, I bluffed my way through it. Yeah. Sometimes. But when it was my 50th birthday, because 50th birthday is a big one, yeah. So I had the big, kill 3 pigs and la-di-da-di-da. Big party here. And they do this wonderful thing called corrida, and you'll get a bunch of girls come up and they'll sing songs around you and not take the clothes off, but they'll take this off me, put a brand new shirt on. They'll wrap me in a new lava, brand new pair of sunglasses, yep. While they're singing, they're kind of dancing around, changing your over. And I'm in my standard dress here. So they're singing and carrying on down there. I've got the brand new shirt on, the sunglasses, still with a label hanging here. Brand new lava. They've stopped singing corrida, like they're singing happy birthday with all these native songs. I walked around, there's a crowd here. John, I cover your glasses. John, I cover your shirt. So I'm going from there where the girls have done the corrida. I walked around here, and within 2 minutes, I'm standing back in exactly the clothes I was in 2 minutes ago. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. Yeah.
Are you fluent in the language? Are you fluent?
Oh, not fluent, enough to get by.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enough so they can't whisper behind me back without knowing.
Yeah.
Hard language to master, or maybe it's just because I'm old. Yeah.
What is the origin of the language? Do they know?
I can't answer that because not far away in Tarawa, Kiribati area, totally different language. My wife speaks fluent Kiribati and fluent Nauruan, and they're I can hear the difference. Yeah, so I can't really answer that.
Somebody told me that the language here, they think it might come from Malaysia.
Yeah, funny you should say that. There was a lady from Malaysia here, and I don't know this firsthand, but she came here, never been here before, and she picked it up, the language, pretty quickly, because she said it's a language that's almost like Malaysian royalty used to speak.
Like an old Malaysian.
Yeah, and which was quite surprising.
Yeah.
So, don't know. But she almost could recognise the language from her country. Yeah, and she must have been fairly high up the food chain because this was only spoken by higher up people in Malaysia. Yeah. So help yourself to the food, guys.
Cheers, John.
Thank you. Thanks, matey.
Yeah, that's really good.
Thanks very much.